Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Hoops Empire. In today's video, we're going to be looking at draft prospect Josh Giddey from the NBL in Australia, and why I think he can end up as a top 5 player from this deep draft class. Before we start, make sure to subscribe, we're almost at 1K, and like the video. Josh Giddey was an NBL rookie last year, and he really made a name for himself as the year went on. He is a 6'8" point forward, with good shooting ability, excellent playmaking ability, all at just 18 years old. He has a ton of potential, and in my opinion, as stated before, I think he can end up as a top 5 player from this draft class, when he is projected to go barely top 10. The Aussie prospect won the NBL's Rookie of the Year, when he averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per 36 minutes for the Adelaide 36ers. He led the NBL in assists in his rookie year, dishing out 7 or more assists in 20 of the 28 games he played. He has absurd vision, and as we saw with players like Trae Young this postseason, the ability to be a pick-and-roll ball handler is extremely valuable, and Giddey is easily one of the best in this entire class. He controls the tempo of the game. The ability to change his pace of dribble makes up for his subpar speed and athleticism. His off-the-dribble creation ability is top tier, as he is always scanning the court and has that unteachable innate ability to see plays unfold before they even happen. And his ambidextrous passing ability, coupled with his height, gives him the upper hand on defenses. His level of passing and overall offensive IQ is extremely rare at his age, as he will hardly be 19 by the time next season rolls around. Most teenagers that play with grown men we have seen tend to be mature beyond their age, and it only shows more so in the NBA, where the game is geared towards offensive initiators. His handles are impressive, and he rarely loses control, even when dribbling in traffic. He doesn't get very low on his drives, but he still manages to maintain control of the ball, even with a high dribble. He had a 2.5 assist to turnover ratio, which is pretty impressive all factors considered. In terms of his scoring game, it isn't super developed, but he has the makings to be good enough to survive and even thrive in the league. He's able to get downhill by splitting screens, where he has a pretty solid finishing game that consists of floaters, runners, and like stated before, the ability to use both hands to his advantage. In terms of three-point shooting, Giddey can definitely improve, but it is coming along. On the season, he shot about 29% from deep. However, he had a LaMelo Ball-esque shooting transformation. Obviously, his shot mechanics could improve a bit so he could get more consistent, but he started the year 2 for 20 from deep in the first 7 games. Possibly nerve-based. That would mean outside of that bad start, he shot 34.5% from deep. Definitely a better and more reasonable number going into the draft, but still room to improve for sure. Defensively, he has work to do. As alluded to, he definitely does not have outstanding speed, dexterity, or quickness. This means that he will have to better condition to be able to match up in the NBA. He is also a bit skinny at just over 200 pounds at 6'8", and he will undoubtedly have to put on more muscle if he wants to be able to guard people his size in the NBA, because you have guys with 40 to 80 pounds on him at his height. As most adept playmakers do, Giddey will be a good off-ball defender from the get-go. He understands offenses and knows how to read them, so when he's up against them, he has the ability to cut passing lanes with his lanky frame and his timing, as well as pick up on rotations. But it's his defensive versatility and on-ball positional defense that I'm a bit worried about. I think one of the things any team will work on with him will be his off-the-dribble scoring. If he can improve his shot mechanics and couple that with some perimeter creation moves such as step backs or fadeaways and other moves like that, he can be truly special on the offensive end. If he adds any off-the-dribble creation to his offensive arsenal, that is how I think he can become that top 5 player from the class I think he can be. In terms of a player comparison, there are a few. One would be Ben Simmons, with more scoring versatility but less defense. And no, it's not just because they are Australian. They are both extremely adept playmakers that use paint penetration and ambidexterity to pick apart defenses with their passing ability. I think Giddey has the ability to be a much better scorer than Simmons, as he will be much more of a 3-level scorer, which is obviously valuable in today's NBA. I don't think he will ever be as good as Simmons defensively, as most people won't be, because he doesn't have the physical tools that Simmons does. Another player I can see Giddey being like is Ricky Rubio. This is more if he never improves his off-the-dribble scoring ability, so I will say his floor is a Rubio-type offensive initiator, and his ceiling is a better than Ben Simmons point forward. Another fun player that I have seen him compared to is Jason White Chocolate Williams. This is mostly due to the flair that Giddey possesses. He never really let the pressure get to him, and continued to be his flashy self even as an 18-year-old kid playing with grown men. He had insane passes all year, behind the back, cross court, swing passes, and tons of other extremely creative moves that we saw from creators like Jason Williams or even Luka Doncic. In conclusion, I'm very excited to see where Giddey goes in the draft tomorrow night. I believe he possesses an absurdly high ceiling and a very low floor. He has quickly went from unranked just half a year ago to a projected late first and now to a practical lock as a lottery pick. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know what team you want to see Giddey go to and who you think his pro comp is. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and most importantly, have a good one.